This video will illustrate how you can use the Xarkin Blender add-on to generate character motion sequences. Before moving on to show this, there are a few things to be noted. First, the purpose of the Blender add-on is to demonstrate the use of Xarkin technology and does not represent Xarkin's full capabilities. The models being presented are fixed and cannot be changed. Second, the result of this fixed model is we are showing Xarkin being used in reverse. Normally, an animator would adjust the Xarkin model to fit an existing character's physiology, creating a mesh which attaches to the Xarkin skeleton. For a given character, the animator would be able to change the lengths and masses of the various segments that make up the Xarkin skeleton in order to fit the skeleton to the character. With the fixed Xarkin model, we are adjusting the character mesh to fit the Xarkin skeleton, which is the opposite of what we would normally do. Let's get started. Xarkin technology provides character animation capabilities via motion modules, which are encapsulations of specific character dimensional and motion characteristics across a repertoire of motion ranges. For example, a motion module may contain a walk for a particular character, plus the transitions which begin the walk from a rest pose, terminate the walk at the rest pose, turn a specific amount left or right, and step up or down as the ground level changes. A motion module can be used for real-time motion generation in games or virtual reality environments, or for offline animation. In this video, we'll be using a motion module for offline animation in Blender. Let's set up Blender and do an example. First, the motion module we use is provided as a cloud service. We'll install 4 Blender add-ons to access it. We drop 4 folders into the Blender add-on directory. And enable the add-ons in the Blender preferences. They're easy to find if you put XAR in the search field. Now we're ready to animate our character. The first thing we'll do is create an instance of the skeleton we'll use to drive our character. One of the add-ons puts a skeleton request in the Blender object menu. In the dialog, we can choose which motion module we'll access and request its skeleton. Normally, the skeleton would only be used to establish a topology. We'd resize its bones to fit our character and request a custom motion module for the given skeleton dimensions and the character's mass distribution over that skeleton. Since we're working with a fixed motion module, we'll do the opposite and fit our character to the given skeleton. The pose generation provided by this motion module is based upon the physics associated with the given skeleton's dimensions. We can pose the skeleton to fit into our mesh, but we can't change any lengths, and the simulator assumes a generic humanoid mass distribution. We can now bring in our character, size it to our skeleton, and pose the skeleton inside the mesh for parenting. There are a number of instructional videos and other materials on YouTube, blender.org, and elsewhere showing how to bind a skeleton to a character, so we won't reproduce that here. Our next step assumes that you have your skeleton-rigged character ready to go. What we'll do next is request a pose sequence for our character based on a script of motions. The script is written as an XML file that you'll keep on your disk. The motion module itself can be accessed to find out what it can do. Use the descriptor item in the object menu to get the motion module description. The web page presented shows the types and ranges of motions available and gives the subject skeleton's details. This motion module provides a single walk cycle at a default frame rate, starts and stops that can include turns to the left or right up to 45 degrees, turns while walking of up to 45 degrees, and steps up or down up to 200 millimeters. The script is an XML file that looks like this. In this script, the character will start at position x equals 2 meters and y equals 2 meters, with an anchor point for this character, its hips, 1.075 meters above the walking surface, and it will be facing 1 radian, about 57 degrees left of the y-axis, which is assumed to be the default forward direction. It will start walking almost immediately. So let's invoke that script. We choose the sequence item in the object menu and fill in the dialog fields. Choose the cloud-based motion module for your character. Then you'll point to your script file on disk. This is the path to that XML file. And then indicate where you would like the retrieved sequence to land on the Blender timeline. After a few seconds, the operation will complete, and you now have a motion sequence for your character. You can iterate on the script to overwrite the sequence, append to it if you want your character to do something else later, or modify the generated character poses. But remember, if you do that, your changes will be overwritten if you retrieve the sequence from the motion module again. In closing, we'll leave you with a glimpse of our T-Rex model. Xarkin continues to expand the capabilities of motion generation. We look forward to hearing about your animation needs.